And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Behind the Product live stream with Alex and Predrag, and without Marek today because he's a dentist for like 5 hours. And maybe there's something really wrong with him. We don't know yet. I guess you will find out on the next live stream.
Also,
Maybe-
Mark is dead. Thanks to complications.
Maybe he's the dentist. Maybe it's his shift.
Maybe Marek is actually a dentist.
We didn't know that.
How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, all right. Like a long week, but I'm good.
I saw this micro content from someone. I don't know who did it. Maybe it was on TikTok. I don't know. But it was good micro content. It's like, if you want people to answer longer questions, then I'm good on these questions. You should not ask in a way like, how are you? But ask, hey, Predrag, you look like you are shining today. You look really good.
Thanks.
He's like,
the sun is
okay.
on my side right now, So
Yeah,
the
the
sun is
answer is
smiling.
the answer is longer. Alex, you look like shit today. What's happening? No, I'm joking. You're looking good.
I have a different background, man. That's the icebreaker I gave you when you tell me I look shit.
Oh, Alex, you have a different background. Why is that?
I just place the camera differently.
Yeah, okay.
Very underwhelming answer, right?
Yeah, no, I thought it was because of our beloved each Friday viewer. You know who?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you knew.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, doesn't matter. Cool. So let's get into it. Today we are going to be doing a product update as always, going through what happened this week, and there was a lot of it. We fucked up the launch of Welder Studio 2.0. It was, and it's a cool story. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. Actually, we'll be also speaking about growth. There are more users coming, which is cool this week. And then we prepared, because last week we experimented with a different format, kind of going through products, answering some Quora questions, going through some news. And we decided to keep the Quora questions and get rid of the others because we really enjoyed answering those questions. And also, to be completely honest, it seems like a pretty smart way to generate the clips because like it's something that people look for already. It's on Quora, people are asking it. So it's easy to take the part, make a clip out of it, and put it on YouTube, 5-10 minute clip. Also use it and answer with the video on the Quora, which is new traffic for us. So that's a little bit behind the scenes of how we think about this streaming, right, Alex?
Yeah. I really like keeping this segment because it makes it way easier for me to repurpose it after. Like the streams before, when we just had a really rough outline, I had to like really skim through the stream and really read through the transcript. I wasn't sure where's what, so it took me way longer. I think but this time is gonna be better.
Cool. So let's get into the product launch. So we plan to launch new Welder Studio, the whole solution which you see right now as part one of it, the live studio. Then there's the editor. And which allows you to edit the live stream, repurpose the content to micro contents. It's super powerful. It's really cool flow for creating content, repurposing content. And we tried to launch this on Wednesday, and it didn't work out because the guys, like, how to say it? It's maybe Predrag, you can help me describe it. But what's interesting is that it's not like making like live streaming and video editing is not only front end and back end in like normal terminology. There's also something like, I don't know how you call it, but like FFmpeg development.
Yeah, I would call it like a media processing, So I think you technically could split Welder into 3 parts, front end, back end, and then there is the third part, which is giving us the most pain, which is actually media processing. And what I mean by media processing is basically stuff like encoding of the videos, getting sure that the video files are like actually delivered to streaming services, the editing, making it fast, and there is a lot of issues that you don't predict unless you're like an expert in media processing. And this is actually what happened to us on Wednesday. So the thing is that we basically have everything ready for Wednesday. Everything is ready, it's working, the UI is ready, the backend is ready, and we are good to go. But we have one huge issue where if you record audio or video with Welder, there is a chance that the audio will be off sync, let's say by 2 seconds or something like that. And we with Mark tried every possible solution to basically get it running, but we didn't manage to get it in time. We thought the issue was with the webcam, or if you're using different camera, or there is some specific case where it can happen, and we are still not sure. But we are closer to solution right now. It's just really, really hard to debug. The development flow is slow. You have to wait for everything. I'm sure you guys try to encode the video like from time to time, and usually it takes much longer. It can take like 20 minutes for video encoding, and this is something that we have to wait for to basically check it if it's working properly at the start, at the end. And yeah, so there was just a ton of different issue with media processing, which is something that we couldn't really predict. So I'm not too unhappy about that, because like we never really worked with media processing, but now we know. And I was joking with Mark that I hope that we will stay in the media processing field for quite longer, because like it would be really sad to lose this knowledge.
The knowledge is immense you get. That's true.
Yeah, we had to like, just to go into fun details, we had to like figure out that video codecs do not even encode frames, but they encode like even lower data than frames, and which is something that I didn't want to know like ever. So I had to learn that, and I had to learn like 10,000 different stuff about the video codecs, and I learned that it's really, really, really incredibly complex.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, it was like exactly, it's like everything is ready, let's launch it. But then like this whole skeleton out of closet came up, being like, hey, I'm still here, and you didn't fix me. Like
yeah, this is kind of funny. Like for developers, you would say that it's almost working, because it genuinely is. Like 95% of features is complete. So if you are like a developer, you would be like, oh, that's pretty good result. But for user, like it's completely unusable basically if you get the desync of the video.
And it's a bit sad, but I checked the live stream right now, and we are again, I feel like a bit off sync with the audio. So we are still experiencing these issues.
Yeah, it's definitely not a fix. Usually, it's fine to just restart the recording and it will sync. So this is exactly what we are figuring out right now. Why does this happen? And we have no idea so far. But sure, hopefully it will be solved by Wednesday.
Yeah, but video and audio desync, I remember it was an issue even with local recording, right? Like a lot of the times the downloaded files were desynced, and I remember Riverside having the same issue. Yeah. I know it's like different, but it seems like a huge pain when it happens, and it's like, as you said, super hard to debug. Because
the thing is that when you are doing local recording and when you have separate tracks, it's super easy to fix. Because you just separate the audio video track and move the audio track, so it's easy.
Just move it a little bit, yeah.
If like you have multiple tracks and you can fix it as well just by removing and the track and detaching it and stuff like that. But in our workflow, we don't like. The idea is that you don't have to download anything and don't use any post-production tool. So fixing it like this is just not like the right green path for the users.
It defeats the whole idea of the simplicity.
Exactly. So that happened, and the funny story is like the guys tried to fix it just before the launch. So when you are launching on Product Hunt, it's the best practice is to launch at 9 a.m. here in Prague, which is 12 a.m. In San Francisco, which is when they reset the days, and you get like your product gets on the new day in the earliest hours, so you can pick up the upvotes early on, get to the good ranking when the rest of the world is waking up. So that's the idea. So you have to set it up before or latest at 8:59 in the morning in Prague. And I was chatting. We had a chat. I had a call with the guys in the evening. I was like, I saw that everyone was tired quite a lot. Like, and it was like, this is bad. Like, because it's not only one. From what I understood, it's not just like there is one bug that you can fix, but there is a bug that you don't know about actually. And when you figure it out, as Predak said, the testing takes a lot of time, and then most likely there are like 3 or 4 other things that influence what is happening. So it's not easy to actually like fix it, and you cannot predict the fix of the bug. So we're like, this will be hard, but let's try it. Let's get it into a state where most likely it won't happen, because it's MVP. We need to release it. We want to get users in. We want to get their feedback. Good feedback will be, hey guys, that's amazing, but the audio, video, desync is awful. That was the idea. Again, releasing MVP sooner than later is a good idea. If it's broken, it's good. So we're like, okay, let's do it. Let's fix it at least as much as we can. So the guys worked until 4 a.m. in the morning. I waked up at 6 a.m. to take what they fixed, go through it, check it out if it's at least a bit okay, do the walkthrough video and demo video for Product Hunt, and then release it, right? So I waked up, I tried it. It was so off-sync. I was like, shit, this is really off-sync and it's fucking up the experience. But hey, let's release it. Let's go. And it was already on the production. So I was like, okay, let's release it. And then I went to the office, like set up all my gear and everything. And as soon as I wanted to start recording, it crashed. So I couldn't release it anyway. So we wanted to release it in this state for the reasons I said. But it crashed, so we didn't release it, and we said, okay, let's not overstretch ourselves. Let's push the release on to the next week. So next Wednesday we are releasing it, and we are right now trying to fix it as much as possible. We'll see. We need to get it out. So that's how we fucked up the launch.
Damn, until 4 a.m., man.
Yeah, you grinded hard, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an annoying bug. Like I hate like when these kinds of bugs happen. You kind of have to work on it because it pisses you off. Like the bug, but not even the lunch. Like at 4 p.m. I didn't care about the lunch.
it was
I figured out you are not caring about the lunch, because before I went to sleep, I was like, please, guys, I was spamming their messages like, please let me know in the morning that you are okay with launching it. Because if you tell me like, no, we are not launching it, it's completely fucked up, I will not wake up at 6 a.m. And I waked up at 5:30, like, because I was stressed about the lunch. I checked the phone. I was like, no message. I was like, these fuckers, just simple fucking message. Can you just send me the message, like if it's okay or not? I had to wake up.
And Predrag was like, what launch, man? This is personal, man. This is me versus the bug.
Exactly.
Exactly.
This just got personal.
Yeah,
I don't care about the lunch.
Yeah, so that was the story. Feel free to ask us any question about anything. We were just talking in the comments, of course. And if there is the audio video delay and it's awful, I'm sorry. You can just turn off the video, and just like keep doing your stuff and listen to the audio. That's still good. That's the heck. Predrag also started to exploring the API connections, because that's our biggest priority right now, right after we release the Welder Studio and we fix this bug, which is making it really hard to use. We want to integrate with the platforms. We want to add comments and highlighting of the comments, because these are the most requested features, first. And second, we are dogfeeding our own tool, using it for these live streams. And it's painful to set up the live stream to multiple platforms. When you are using the stream keys, you have to check that it connected everywhere and it's really live, and check the comments from all over. So that's what we are working on as well. There's something to tell about it, Perry?
I guess not really, because like we shifted our priorities back to bugs and to fixing the launch. So I don't have like any updates on that. I just that I can't wait to have it. Basically, I think it's the second most important feature after having the video. But yeah, I don't have like anything interesting to say, I would say.
Cool. I'm also working on the product roadmap, which is cool. So I'm getting all the feedback from the users and from what we research, what's out there, what's our ideas. It was all in my head and in Dirty Notion doc. So I'm getting it into Product Board, which is a cool tool to prioritize your roadmaps. And there's a lot of it. So yeah, we need more developers, definitely.
We are hiring. Should we say it again so we have another clip?
We are hiring.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
No, we are hiring front-end and back-end developers right now, senior front-end and back-end developers, to help us build this amazing, the best streaming in the world ever, and best platform for content creation in the world ever. So it's simple as that. If you have experience with Python, React, an ideal is some other complex app that you worked on, or you have been freelancer is also good. Feel free to reach out. Cool.
Definitely.
So that's for the product. I'm also like thinking, any highlight, guys, this week that you came into your mind other than the lunch?
It's not like enough for you. I would say like this pretty big highlight for me. I wouldn't want to. Actually, I probably wouldn't want to have like more highlights than that, in my week. So for me, it's good, guys. You can tell your highlights.
Alex, what's your highlight?
My highlight, I'm not actually sure. Like the whole week is kind of blurry with the launch. I'm not really sure what I've been doing. Yeah, I was working on more clips again. Like I made almost 10 clips this week, and I just wish I could post more of them. Like I don't want to post more in one day because it fucks up the algorithm on LinkedIn. So I have my content for a long time. And yeah, this from my side, we're getting quite a lot of signups lately, which is nice. I'm not sure if I can say the exact number, but we're looking good right now. I'm glad about it.
I'm definitely looking good right now in this layout that you don't like.
Oh no, he did it again.
What you said is true. When there's lunch in the week that goes wrong, but also if it goes well, the week kind of is blurry. It's so centered around the lunch.
Yeah.
That everything else is just like in a fog. And it's hard to focus, or at least for me, it's hard to focus on anything else than this. And if it goes wrong, it's a huge energy drain. Okay, because you are really focusing on, at least me, I'm really focusing on the lunch, like getting my energy into it, like taking care of everything, planning it, and when it's not working, it's like I need a day or two to like get into the proper space again. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not actually. Yeah, I'm still not sure what I've been doing.
Don't even tell me, Alex.
It's not like I haven't been doing anything, but yeah, the launch was weird. Yeah, I know. I had a lot of issues with support because the separate
launch.
transcription. No, the
the
transcription tool
launch
broke.
fucked up something. Yeah, I think.
Oh, you think it's because of that?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, I love Predrag answers. It's like always when someone is like telling about something like, is this because of this? And we are not developers, so it's like in the magic, And Predrag is like, yeah, definitely. It's because of that. It's not working.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not working. It's not out there. Yeah, you cannot use it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
we
just
actually
getting
get
the facts, man.
we actually get a quite a decent traffic on the transcript tool. So when it's broken, I get a lot of tickets. Like I got a lot.
Yeah.
I think this week it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah, makes sense. Does it make sense though? Does it make sense? Alex, you want to tell something about growth this week, or you think you are done and we can move to Quora questions because we are fast?
We just noticed that more people are using Live Studio or just trying it out, right?
It's true. Yeah, more and more people.
It's in the. I suppose it's because it's in the production, and we also like post a lot of clips and stream every Friday, so people see us use it. So I guess that helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want the whole thing to be out.
Yeah, me as well. And fixed. To be completely honest, like I'm going full honesty and authenticity here. Predrag was just messaging me on Slack, writing me, keep it under 1 hour because otherwise it might broke.
Yeah, but like not the stream actually. It's just that
right.
I wanted to test because like you could use this video to make micro content, but if you create it longer than 1 hour, like there is not always, but there is a chance that it will actually not process.
But
Oh my God.
It's insane. Like I feel like I feel so insecure about sharing this, but this is just the truth. Like when you are building products and you are pushing the limits, like this is how it is, and people are just too afraid to share it. I believe like it's always like this. and people are not sharing it, or they are not releasing their products because they are like afraid of this is happening and people talking about it, but actually no one gives a fuck, most likely, or people are just have the understanding, if you are like honest about it, that it's fun. So yeah, anyway, that means we need to move to the Quora question. So Alex, it's yours.
Okay, so should I pick one or should I just go from the start?
Up to you, man.
Okay, I'll just go and read the first one then. These are real Quora questions that I picked today.
Not fake at all.
They are definitely not made up. I have the links and everything as a
We
proof.
have the proof.
Yes. So yeah, first question is, how do you generate ideas for content creation?
That's a good question, and I don't have answer for it.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Like, yeah.
I feel like we have some. What I want to do always with these questions is share our own experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we have been doing, and maybe I can tell this, what we were chatting today, Alex, about when we are talking about how to actually create content for LinkedIn and TikTok, and why we believe it's important, even if we like don't want to spend too much of our time on it. And that's where the challenge lies, because what we have always been doing with the content is optimizing it for sustainability, so you can do it like continually, and it's easy enough for us, and we enjoy it. And for example, I'm not the person that can like do crazy funny TikTok videos. Like I just don't have the vibe for it, or at least I didn't find it yet, or whatever. So I enjoy these live shows, just sharing what we do. But the issue is that it's not so trendy. Like people are not looking for this kind of content so much. So much better idea is really to go on the platforms, go on the TikTok, go on LinkedIn, and just feel the vibe, and feel what people like, feel what people search for, what people watch, what triggers them, and then do that. But it takes more time, because it's most likely it's about more creativity, about more production like resources. So you focus on it, you create the scripts, the funny moments, stuff like that. But then that can like, in this way you can generate much more content ideas, but it will take much more time. And I feel like we are product builders, not content creators, and this is just a byproduct. So we try to find something in the middle, and that's why we are building Welder Studio, because we believe doing something like this, sharing our weekly story, our weekly product update, is a good way to produce content that might be interesting for someone. Maybe not for masses, but for some. And what we are exploring with is Quora questions right now. That's actually a way to generate content ideas.
Yeah, that's true. Like, do a content about things people generally are looking for answers and ask.
Yeah,
it's something we are doing right now. Like, we're going to answer this question, and we know it's something that people were asking, and we can turn it into a YouTube video or into a LinkedIn clip, stuff like that. So yeah, like generating content ideas for us, it's hard, because we tried, or the guys before I even joined them tried so much stuff. So it's not about, you always will have some idea, but it's about turning the idea into something you can do consistently every week, which is the hard part, I think.
Yeah. There are a few, like there is also, you can approach the content in a different way, which is like, again, no, it's not a different way. It's the same way. Like either you approach it that it's a byproduct for you, and then you do it how you like, what you actually enjoy in a sustainable way. And you find your own ways to grow that, and you try to find the correct mix, or you go all in because it's a growth channel for you that is essential, and then you can spend shit ton of time on it researching. And that can be SEO. It can be like really nailing TikTok, because you are a brand that really can benefit from TikTok. It can be nailing content on Facebook, nailing Facebook ads or whatever. Yeah, I think about it. We got a question, right?
We actually have a question on YouTube. I will read it. It's from Natasha. Hello.
Hey, Natasha.
It's actually about the delay. It's fine. We can clarify.
I mean, that's like the point of the product update.
Yeah. It's the
She's
point
asking. She's saying there's a little delay between the speech and what's shown on screen. Is that something that's normal using this? It's not normal. it's not normal, but
a
it's
bug.
it's a. It's
I would say
something we
it's
are dealing
normal
with.
this week. Hopefully, it will not be normal next week. So-
Exactly.
Yeah,
Is the
we are working on a
highest
fix.
priority to fix this, because that will enable the whole Welder Studio experience, which is really amazing. Like if you give it a try and it works, it feels insanely powerful. And what's also insanely powerful is that even if you are live streaming, like when you are starting live stream, most likely no one will watch you. Maybe you'll have like 2-3 people watching you. And if you like spend your like every week 1 hour or 2 hours of your live stream, of your time to live stream, and to just 2 people, it's not well spent time. But it might turn into something much bigger, and it might be worth it. But if you know that you are going to repurpose the content, that you are going to create clips and post them on YouTube to get like SEO going on YouTube, if you put it into micro content, into clips, like that's when even streaming for 2 people starts to make a lot of sense, and that's really powerful as well.
Yep, that's kind of the idea. Yeah, I had one question for Natasha, just if she could maybe let us know how she found us. I would be very interested,
How do you
because I'm
find
not.
out the
Yeah, by
stream?
the way, the delay should be fixed if we just restart the stream, but I'm not sure if we can actually do that, if the YouTube will let us do it. Like if we quit the stream and then turn it on again,
Okay, I will do it.
you can try it
3,
out.
2, 1, stopping right now. And Alex, I think you should be able to check that YouTube is going well sometime
I
right
never.
now.
It looks live the whole time. Like I can refresh, maybe it's a loop. It looks okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go on. Next question, Alex.
Oh yeah, just reading. Natasha is saying that her husband found us on Reddit. They were looking for a product to record podcast interviews remotely and stumbled upon us. Which is cool.
Thanks for letting us know. That's actually a pretty common way of getting know.
Yeah, Reddit is strong for us.
Reddit is strong, and it's interesting that like more and like people who come through Reddit are people who convert more.
Yeah,
which is interesting because it shows that like people trust into Reddit answers and stuff like that more than just SEO pages and stuff like that. But the volume, of course, is completely different, right? Like
yeah.
Thanks for letting us know, Natasha.
We also use the transcription option, and it's been useful for transcribing their podcast.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice. Love to hear it.
Oh, we got James Bishop in the house.
Whoa!
They said that right? That sounded so American.
Whoa.
Hello, James.
Hey.
So feel free to ask us any questions, guys. We'll just go through the Quora questions we have prepared, but we will probably end up going on some tangents. And yeah, we just need to keep it under 1 hour, as Predrag said, or everything will break.
It will not. It will not. Not everything.
Okay, it will not break. It will not break. We have as many hours as we want.
Go on. Next question.
Next question is, how do you... Yeah, I actually asked this last time. This is a good one. How do you prioritize features for your MVP? So it's minimum viable product.
It's a good question.
More from a product point of view. I think this could be actually where James could pitch in, because he's right now in the process of building something himself, I believe.
Yeah. So what we do is trying to just, and then we are still always learning. Like each MVP we release, we learn something. And right now, the idea is for us at least, is to really try to think about the problem that we are solving and came up with a solution and just build the bare bones solution to that problem, and really think twice or thrice, like what's actually the problem and what's the solution. And also good rule of thumb, or how it's said, is to like the solution should be 10 times better than anything else out there. Like that really helps you. So that can be showed, for example, the name generators we did. Like there were tons of name generators out there for everything, even for podcasts. But our podcast name generator actually was so much better and also so much more fun that it got the traction immediately. So that really helps. And we didn't build anything else around it, but it's like that simple product. So yeah, really scoping down everything, like really cutting down everything that's not essential. Maybe.
Yeah, I remember when we released the MVP of the first version of Welder. I remember you saying something a few months later that if you could do it again, it would be even simpler. Like,
Yeah.
and we were actually cutting a lot of fat, and you would probably cut a lot more if you had a second chance.
Yeah, I think
So-
that like this question is a good example of where experience is so important, especially like on the tech side, you know. So
Yes.
what we are giving right now is very generic advice of release MVPs early and validate
Yeah.
early, and everybody will tell you this. Like this is not a secret, but it's funny. Like everybody told us this. Like this is the advice we got for like 7 years basically. But every time we release an MVP right now, I guess it's like a bit faster than before, you know, and we release it a bit more broken and a bit more early, and usually it's always a good result. But it's kind of understandable if you cannot do it like from your first product, if you want to like be perfect with this first product. But yes, you shouldn't be. But usually this is how everybody does it, and they just release so many products that they figured out that actually the advice makes sense. Like it's fine to release it a bit broken.
Yeah,
So I'm guessing that even like our next product, like sometimes in the future, will be like in the same vein. It will probably be released even faster than Welder.
Yeah, it's true. It's exactly like this. It's true. Yeah. I don't have anything to say. You said it really well.
Yep, summed it up quite nicely. Well, you know, you should release it early, but you don't know like how early, or you don't know how like simple it should be.
It
You
should
just know
hurt.
it should be.
It should hurt. Like it should really hurt. Like it should really physically hurt to release it. And everyone always said it to us, and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, we actually saw that this week that
Yeah.
we were ready to launch it, even though the desync was still there. And Johan was like devastated that he has to do it. I like remember hearing him. He really didn't like doing it, but he just knew it's like the right way to do it.
Yeah,
But
and
then
it's because
everything crashed.
the thing with your MVP is that you are building something and you don't really know if someone needs it. Like even if you do shit ton of user interviews and research, like if you are probably not so good at it because you are not like 15 years user experienced researcher, that you're building something which is a big unknown, like a big variable, like that people, if you are actually solving the problem people have, and if you are solving it in the right way, and that might be small things. Like first small thing we figure out with Welder that was wrong was thinking that it's okay for people to download the solution, you know, and that's not a big thing actually, but it's like a month of development, which is a lot when you are starting. So the idea is why to release it quickly and when it's broken is because people will like it anyway if it's broken, and they will be like, exactly as I said with the Welder Studio. If it's a good product, people will be like, hey, this is really cool, but the audio video is off sync and I hate it, but it's really good. Like it will save me a lot of pain, a lot of time, a lot of money, because I can ditch 3 tools, you know, and that's a good sign. If this is not happening, we should research and spend more time on figuring out what we need to, like, where we need to do more differences and change stuff, so people tell us this and maybe don't even care about like audio video off sync.
Yeah, I mean, even if you like use common sense, somebody will come in, like he's exploring a possible solution for his problem. He stumbles upon Welder Studio. He says, holy shit, I can stream, I can edit, and I can repurpose everything with one tool. Then they try it, the audio and video is off sync. Okay, fuck it. It doesn't make, I won't use this. Nobody will say that, right?
Yeah,
They'll just
exactly.
say, well, this will probably get fixed next week or next month.
Yeah.
They will ask about it.
Or if they do, it doesn't matter. Like it's just one user, and like you won't be built around one user. You will need to build a sustainable growth channel that will bring these users every day, and ton of them. And in a 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, you will get there and you will get the channel, and they won't leave, right? So
yeah,
there is it sooner to test your hypothesis, to test your ideas. Otherwise, you can spend a lot of time building something people don't want. And you might be this close, and I know the talks from Y Combinator. You might be this close from building something that people will love, and you don't know it because you don't have the data. And like it might be one feature, one page away, and you won't know, and you never know when you are there, and that's why you need to ship, and test to find it out.
Yep. All right, so that was the second question. If you guys have any question, I see we have quite a lot of people watching for our standards, so feel free to ask away. Again, it doesn't matter if it's only my mother watching us, or if it's 3 people. I'm gonna repurpose the shit out of those streams, and I'm gonna be happy about it. So that's fine.
Streaming with Welder does make sense.
Yeah, it does, man. It's like, feel free to watch us. Feel free to go away. I'm just gonna
Man, just
repurpose everything.
read the next question. Just
Yeah, I'm going too deep. Sorry. I'm going too deep. All right, next question. Oh, I'm not actually sure about this one. So what are the benefits of video content marketing? I would say just of video.
You are
maybe.
not sure about this one?
Well, I put it in there anyway, because I think it's interesting. And I know I would answer it probably, but I think we can discuss it together. There could be some interesting points.
So I believe the biggest advantage of having video in your content marketing is that you will make people connect with you and trust you and maybe even like you. And yeah, it's taken more time. And I'm not only talking about when you are doing podcast, you should have video as well. Like that's, I think, just mandatory. But also when you are maybe writing landing pages or blogs, like put a video there where there is you just authentically speaking and honestly speaking about what's there and what's on the page or what's in the content or whatever. Like authenticity is undervalued. It's like, man, I was just picking a new car, and the story is really funny, and it's with this correlating with this. In Czech Republic, the market is not so big for the cars, and like used cars in the higher tiers are really like many like high mileage on them. So it's common thing to import vehicles from Germany in Czech Republic. And in general, in Germany, people have like more cash, so they take care of their cars a little bit more. They have better roads, so the cars are not so broken, and they sell them sooner because the work price on the work services are more expensive. So it doesn't make sense for them to pour cash into the money. So like they sell them sooner. But it's pain to buy a car in Germany. Like you have to call them. They don't know how to speak English most of the time. You have to like take care of shit ton of paper. It's quite a long drive and everything. So there are services that will buy a car for you. You will just like pick the cars, like 2-3 of them, and they will ride, check them out, check if they're all right or not, and then drive them back for you and do all the papers, which is cool. They take some cut for it, but it's still worth it. The issue is that you don't trust them because the car market is just completely fucked up. Like, at least here in Czech Republic, like if you service your car, it's common in authorized services. It's common that they say they changed your oil and they didn't do it just to save cash. It's insane. So you don't trust these people. And with the deliveries, like with importing cars, it's the same. Like their incentive is to buy any car and bring it to you and take the cut, not to tell you it's really bad. So you are like, maybe they will fuck me up, fuck me over, and I will get a bad car. I would not to do that. And there is one guy who is doing YouTube videos, just recording himself as he's going through the cars because he's doing it anyway for his clients, and then putting it on YouTube. And you can see what he's actually doing and how he's actually checking the cars, and he's authentic and honest about it, and he enjoys it. And like he got like 200K views in Czech Republic in Czech language on each video that he does, like 3 of them a week. It's insane. People love it, and everyone wants to buy from him. And it's because he's authentic and he just do video content around his craft, what he do. So it builds connection. You can trust the people behind the product, and you can empathize with them, and that's super, super, super important. So that's why I believe video content is so powerful.
Yeah, I would go on like a little bit less emotional side from Johan to a bit more logical side. Like I said, but I think like the next biggest advantage, I mean, this is definitely the biggest one, but the second best I would say for me is that it is good to start with the richest media you can. because like to give you an example, it will be harder to create a video out of blog post than to create a blog post out of video, you know. So if you start with the video, it's much easier to then reuse it for other types of content. It doesn't, like right now is video, in future it will probably be something else, maybe like VR calls or who knows, but right now it's a video, and it's I would say it's the most richest format you can use to convert into other content, which of course will increase your reach.
Yeah,
that's true for sure. Content pillar, as Gary would say.
it's true. And like people are visual creatures, and with the enabling technology of good cameras, like the video is on the rise. Like it's insane. Like videos, even video servers, like video centers are converting like huge portions of their servers to video servers. It's just huge. It's huge. People love consuming video, which tells you something about what you should actually do if you want to get attention from people.
Yeah, I think that was answered really well. We lost everyone.
On my emotional story. And I was thinking, it's so cool, man.
Yeah, it's a good story actually. It fits.
It's a good story. Maybe we lost them even before when I was ranting.
No, it's okay. You will repurpose this content. I feel it. I feel the video and the headline. Like,
Yeah.
you know, video content. Should you do video content?
Yeah, I was thinking this the whole time we were talking.
It's like, yeah.
Like obsessed with this.
The true growth person, you know, like
Yeah.
he's ignoring the conversation. Oh, we can use this for growth, man. It's pretty cool, actually. I like it.
All right, next question. It's gonna be the 4th out of 5. It's how are product features really prioritized?
Again,
There's the word really, so we should be like
really,
super real.
really. So really, it's just like a list of features, and you put like points to their importance, and that's how we prioritize them. It's simple. And the importance comes from many factors, like it's users' feedback, it's your drivers. So, for example, right now, what we do at Welder is that we have the features list, all the ideas that we either got from our mind, or from what users tell us, or from what we see out there, someone doing, like inspiration. And then we list all these features. We set up a sheet where we can also set, or we use a product called product board, where we can set drivers, which is what is important, what are key points for your product, company, for your users. You select like 3-5 drivers. For us, it's ease of use, reliability, quality of the content, epicness, for example, so how cool it looks, value of the content. And you take the feature and rank it. Like, is this helping us be easier to use? Is this helping us be more epic? You know, and you do this, and it prioritizes itself. And ideally, you also insert the user voice into this, so you can use something like user voice, for example, to make the roadmap public, so people can upvote, like on Reddit, on the features, and downvote, and that's how you get like massive feedback from your target audience, what they really need. So that's how features are prioritized. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that is.
And of course, like effort, for example. So it's in the end, it's combination of all these things together.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a huge thing in the whole how is it called? Rovnica.
Equation.
Yeah.
A lesson, just like quick lesson of Czech. Equation in Czech is rovnice. How you learn something.
Very useful, man. It's a word you will use a lot. When you eventually go to Prague, you have to say it.
Hey, rovnice.
All right. Last question then. What are some tips on repurposing content?
Use Welder Studio.
Yeah.
Okay,
end.
thank you for listening, guys. We'll see you on the. I mean, maybe you could answer this one, Alex, because like you have been doing the most repurposing.
Yeah, that's true. Jesus. I put the question there. I know I will probably be the one to answer it, and then I don't like prepare anything.
Okay, I will answer. I will ask the question again. So because your brain then will automatically, organically start thinking about the answers.
Sure.
So Alex, what are some tips on repurposing content?
I would say making the content pillar as friendly as possible. Have it in mind that you're going to be repurposing the content. So what we did here, we already talked about it, is we created a simple structure of asking these questions, and we know that the answer to the question is a possible clip or video to use. So if you create the outline of the content pillar, it's going to be way easier for you to repurpose it. Also, I would say, I'm not sure if like technical tips are necessary.
Yeah,
It's
go
like
for
you
everything.
probably need to find your own flow. Like I'm gonna be using Welder Studio soon, so it's gonna be super easy for me. It's just a simple plug. But right now it's not so simple. I actually don't like it as much. I like how many clips I can get from one stream, and when it's done, I'm really happy. But the process itself without the studio is kind of bad. But it's probably just me. I think that there could be better ways to do it. And yeah, I think just adjust the content pillar, the live stream, the podcast, the long video, and create a format that will help you repurpose the most out of it. And also do a research of what people actually want to hear and see. It's gonna
And
help you.
can you expand a little bit about what do you mean by creating a format that will fit like the repurposing? Like, what does it actually look like?
Yeah, I think what I already mentioned was the Quora questions. Like if we weren't doing these questions and we were just talking, then it would be kind of messy, and you would spend way more time finding something valuable to use in your clips in your YouTube videos. Also, these Quora questions are based on real keywords, which you can then reuse in the YouTube titles and description, because it just supports the whole SEO thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would say that like the format of this is like, as you said, Alex, you have to like it should be longer form, like it should be longer type of content, because you get a lot of different topics and aspects in that. And then, as you said, it's smart to prepare topics that you feel like you will be able to easily repurpose for a content audience. And then it's about learning about all the platforms you want to repurpose to, and learning what makes people there tick, and picking the right content from your long form content for that platform. So TikTok, it might be bloopers. So we said something funny here about Czech equation rovnice, so we can use it maybe for TikTok, or maybe something valuable and really short. But for YouTube, it will be clips. It will be like 5-10 minutes clips from the whole question. So that's it. And then you can take the whole clips and use make articles out of it. So yeah, generally, really quickly outline is like what I would recommend is record conversation long hour. Again, record hour-long conversation with someone interesting, or about some interesting point that you love and you really enjoy doing. Then out of those conversations, pick topics which are like, for example, one questions we use from Quora and answering it right now. Make a YouTube video out of it. Take a copywriter and let them rewrite it into article. Put the video on the bottom, insert keywords into it based on keyword research, and then take the best highlights, the most funny stuff, and the most cringy stuff, and the most valuable stuff. Make short 10 to 1 minute videos out of it. Put it on LinkedIn, on TikTok. Those are two platforms right now that grows organically really easily. And you can use it also on Instagram. You can use it also on Twitter. You can use it also on Facebook as well. You can use it in paid ads. Even sometimes it makes sense to pay ads for your content if you are talking, for example, about your product for micro content. And that's it. And you can do a lot of that with automations and, of course, with Welder. That's why we are building Welder, to do all of this.
Yeah, and there are also transcripts, that's like a chapter for itself, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Is that it?
Yeah, that was the last question.
Okay, cool. So it's done. It was a good Friday week. I enjoyed it. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you next week, guys. Kiss.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Wait, on the stream, you were kissing me and I was kissing the chat.